So, I have seen a lot of people get tired of Minecraft. The reason why is Minecraft doesn't exactly have any end goals in it. When I say it doesn't have any end goals, I mean you can fight the Ender Dragon, but the game doesn't tell you what to do. Like, for example, in Roblox Arsenal, the objective is very clear. Aim your little gun at a player, and click. That's the objective. And that's the same with a lot of games. Except it's just different for every single game, slightly. Though, Minecraft, it doesn't technically have an objective. Yes, the objective is to kill the Ender Dragon. But what's after that? Start a new world? Or just keep playing on the same world and making up ideas? Well, a lot of people don't really come up with any idea of what they want to do in their world after the main objective, and they just get in a loop of creating new Minecraft worlds. My Minecraft world here is about 4 years old, and I want to show what I do at least to keep interested in this world. Yes, I am not the best Minecraft player ever, and no, I'm not the fastest or best builder or anything. I just want to show what I do. So, if I get tired of one project, okay, I start a new project. And yes, that doesn't mean I have a lot of projects on the road. I have this house right here. It's currently a work in progress. It's the same with this house. This house is about 7 months old, and I've just finished doing the interior. So, taking your time on Minecraft's builds is not bad. And okay, I still have a lot more of interior to do. There's like 4 floors left in this house to finish, but you know, it's a work in progress. Okay, what if you get bored of building? Then what do? Do you stop playing the world? No, you just find something else to do. Oh, you know, you want to start a challenge like a person like IBX Toy Cat. Okay, well what do? Well, you look over and think, I wonder what would happen if I tried to go over and, for example, demolish an entire biome. So that's exactly what I tried doing. Right over here, I started a project about a year ago where I am basically digging out an entire desert. Now, again, it's not near done. I've got one island finished. It's not even considered an island technically because it's touching the mainland barely. But yeah, this is not finished at all. But it is a work in progress, okay? It is something to change up from building. Instead, it's demolishing, you know? It is completely different. And okay, well what if you get tired of doing this? Well, you can go back to building, or you could start working on some interesting things like farms, or redstone mechanical stuff. Like building some kind of redstone farm in the nether. Well, this farm doesn't include redstone, but it is a nice design. It just doesn't exactly work that good. This here is a Hogland Farm. Well, it's supposed to be. We don't have Hoglands ever spawning. No. But, you know, even though... Oh my! No, thank you. No. No, thank you. No. That's fine. Yeah. It's basically, yes, even if a farm isn't the most efficient thing in the game, what's the most fun of doing the most efficient if you could have fun building it, you know? So, that's one thing. And I'm not saying you can't build the most efficient farm. I mean, you can if you want. Right here, I followed a different farm. This is from Ray's Works, and it's a very good Hogland farm. The only problem is, it's a little bit too efficient. When I say that, I mean, basically, yes, it works great. But, at the same time though, why follow a farm completely by the books, instead of mixing it up a little bit? Like, instead of having the correct, chamber thingamabobber down here to collect experience, why not change it up a bit? Yes, it isn't much. All it is you just sit down here and whack with your sword, but, you know, it mixes it up. Okay, but you know, maybe redstone isn't completely for you. Well, I would highly recommend doing okay, technically that farm doesn't have really any redstone in it, but like, maybe farms aren't your jazz at all. Maybe you don't even like tinkering with farms. Well, what do you do then? Well, you could try doing something like terraforming. Like, right here, I terraformed this entire area. Not very big, but I got rid of a bunch of rivers and just weird holes in the ground. It wasn't the biggest job in the world, but it is definitely something different to mix it up, and I still have a lot more to do. Like, I have to cover all of this area someday. Maybe I might even do something down here, like make a cave house, because... well, I actually just came up with this right on the fly right now, but like, maybe we could have a cave house down here and make it look quite neat, you know, because all of the other houses in this world are on the surface, so why not again mix it up? And of course, you can't forget to go over and check out all of the new update features. By the way, I don't recommend going and exploring your entire world all the time. I recommend finding what you need in the new updates and not going much further than that. So whenever a game adds the new biome or adds something new to the nether, for example, you don't have to run hundreds and thousands of blocks to find it. But okay, you know, maybe you want to get yourself very good books. Well, you could of course build a very fancy villager farm like this. They're all gone. Well, you could build one theoretically not like this. It's actually better, and it would be fine. But the thing is, that's what everybody does to get all the fancy mending books and silk touch and all that stuff. So instead of doing that, why not go and trade with the villagers manually in a village? I know, yes, that takes a lot longer, but it is something different you can do. You can kill the wither many times to get many beacons, to make awesome effects, or maybe make a netherite beacon. Though, don't make it all at once, that's going to take a long time and that's going to burn you out. Another thing is, you can also start just large mundane projects like this. This project is basically 4 years old at this point, where it's a 64 by 64 hole going all the way down to bedrock. Well, bedrock used to be at 0 elevation and now it's at negative 64, so there's a lot more that needs to be dug. I'm only down to positive 24 right now. But basically, just start many projects. If you don't want to work on one project, you can work on another project. And if you don't want to work on that project, you can work on another project. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You don't have to build the biggest farms in the game, okay? You don't have to go and say, okay, well, I've already built a small villager farm. I mean, a small mob farm up here. I'm gonna have to build something stupidly large like that. No, you don't have to. You can just modify some of these mob farms and try to make them a little bit better. Or try to make one that still might be inefficient, but make it, you know, more interesting than this, because why have this kind of mob farm? Yes, this is a nice mob farm in all regards. There's nothing exactly wrong with this mob farm. It's an awesome mob farm, but it's been built 98 billion times already, okay? Like, maybe you don't want to keep building the same thing. Well, if you're getting bored of your world, you probably don't want to build the same thing. That's why you want to mix it up a bit. That's also why I built some of these farms over here, okay? Yes, this is a very large farm. You don't have to build something this large. I just like big projects, so I built something large. But just make something different. It doesn't have to be the best. It doesn't have to top the last one. It could be worse. If it's unique or different, hey, it's all that counts, as long as you have a nice time, you know? Or like, get the most organized sorting system, or sorting house. Yes, my house is not organized. But like, you don't have to actually organize your house perfectly and get every chest to look like this. It's fine if you have houses that look like this, okay? I mean, I don't recommend it if you're trying to build large projects and don't know where your blocks are. But even then, if that's what is making you not want to play the game, you don't have to make stuff perfect. Another thing is, maybe you're always trying to sort your sorting systems out manually. We could try something new, like building an automatic one, which, yes, it takes a lot of resources, like a lot of resources, like billions and billions of iron, But it is something interesting and neat you could always do. And you can always make it easier to build these with other farms like iron farms. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but you can, okay? That's the thing I'm trying to say. There's a lot of things, and what I recommend is just start a project. If you get bored of it, just abandon it. And if you want to come back to it, come back to it. Or like right here, I got a bottle of slime. Why? Well, there's no reason, but you know, it's just something fun to do. Why not make a bottle of slimes? But you know, it's just something different and fun to do. And it's the same with this. We got a zombie piglin to go through the portal. I named it Bob, and I made a netherite house for it. Yes, it's ancient debris. I call it netherite. It's fine. And yes, it's a big waste of netherite. But at the same time, though, why not? Doesn't harm anything. It's just something fun and different to do, if you have enough netherite at least to do it. Another thing you could do is, of course, try to make some kind of farm fully sufficient. Now, yes, that is something, and when I say fully sufficient, I mean so you get food from it constantly and you don't have to do anything. Now, yes, there's many ways you could do that. Most of the time, people just go to the most efficient way possible, which is just making something in the nether with the new 1.19 update, 1.17 update, 1.16 update I mean, with the new nether update. Well, instead you could mix it up maybe, make a guardian farm. Yes, guardian farms are very dangerous to make because they're guardians. They shoot lasers at you, but, you know, it is different than normal, and it is a very fun farm. As you see, you can watch all of these just fly down here, and yes, there's still these spiky laser beam people around here as well, and they do zap you very much, which is not an ideal situation sometimes. When you're down here, you don't want to die, but, you know, it is a very neat thing you could do. This is something to mix your world up. And as you see here, we get food for days, and also prismarine shards for days. I don't know what to use prismarine for, but it is still something you can do. So another thing, remember when I mentioned you can make use of farms? So I built this farm right here. I thought it would be the best farm ever, okay? I thought it would be incredibly efficient, and it would beat every farm I've ever built. Well, I am very wrong. It's the worst farm I've ever built. I've collected probably a total of 6 mobs or 7 mobs from this. Yes, it technically works. Just not really. Nothing spawns in here, and I think the reason why is, well, okay, something did fall down, or is falling down, but almost nothing spawns in here, and I guess the reason technically why is because there's a guardian farm nearby, but still though, yes, it is useless, but it was fun to build. And also changing up your building style. If you're getting bored of doing one kind of building, you can also try another type of building, okay? Like, if you build houses like this, where it's just a hole inside of an iceberg, for example, instead try to mix it up and maybe make a modern house, or a medieval house, like the house over here, because it's always a good idea to mix up your houses. And you know what, even if this isn't for you, you could always build a house and add on to it slowly. Like, you don't have to add all of the decorations in first, okay? The decorations can come later. And even if you don't know what you're doing to your house, it can still turn into something quite nice looking, like this. It is actually a quite nice looking house, even if it doesn't have a use. Because everything in your world doesn't have to have a use. Like over here. So this house I built, I was going to live in it, but I never ended up living in it. I mean, I do, but I don't. So in here, as you see, it's got a lot of random blocks in it. Yes, you might say, this doesn't fit, or that doesn't fit, or that doesn't fit, or maybe some of these blocks don't fit, or maybe these mangrove trees don't fit. But the thing is, this house was updated slowly. When I built this house, basically, none of these blocks, the new ones, existed, because we built this in Minecraft 1.13. So all of these new blocks, we just slowly add on in here, and that just makes the house look more interesting and more interesting. Like this mangrove tree, for example, it might not fit in the best. It's just neat, it's just adding in some random new blocks here and there into your builds. Another thing that I do recommend you do, that I do want to actually start doing today, is making a room of projects. When I say that, I really do mean a room of projects. So it goes over and tells you what kind of project you have going at this current moment. What do I have with the skeleton skulls here? I don't even remember putting them there. What? Oh yeah, it's like a project or a goal. Like, we have the 64 by 64. We have the 64 by 64. Oh. Lock that up. We have the big hole here. We have the big castle we want to finish because there's a big castle out here and it needs finished. Yeah, it's not going to be finished anytime soon, I'm aware, but it is something that we need to finish. I want to make a mangrove tree farm as well. Yeah, I'm very bad at redstone, but I want to build one of those. And it's going to be automatic using TNT. What can go wrong? Yes, even though I don't use redstone or TNT, I'm going to build it. And you get the gist of what I'm saying here, right? You just write down your goal, so when you don't know what you want to do, you just look at your goal and pick one and go. Or instead of dealing with mobs outside, for example, and it's annoying you being attacked by mobs every time you go outside when it's nighttime, why not go over and light up the outside? Because if you light the outside up, then you won't have mobs. Yes, it's a big project. Yes, you may be lazy to do it. But you know, it's how you start a project. If you don't feel like doing it, you might as well, and you'll get somewhere eventually. Or like, if you want ice, for example, you don't have to build a special farm. You can just build an ice farm. That was just a simple piece of ice right there. Like a room with ice in it, basically. Or if you have plenty of materials, you could of course go over and show off that you have a ton of redstone and you don't know how to build with redstone materials and build a redstone ice farm. Yeah, this was somewhat of a prank a while back because I don't use redstone pretty much, okay? Yes, I use redstone sometimes, but barely. So instead of building a redstone ice farm, why not literally build a redstone ice farm out of redstone? You know? Yeah, it's a waste of redstone. It's still something different you could do. Or maybe try to make an entire industrial district like this right here. So this area is my industrial area. It uses a lot of glass and it's got a lot of different mechanical bits to it. Like, for example, if I come up here, oh my, we can see that there is a constant in-stream, is that a word? Of bamboo. And yes, it does go over and fly into this right here, which is burning it. But otherwise, it goes over and ends up over here at a very poorly put together furnace array. Yes, the furnace array is not the best furnace array ever, but that's not the goal of it. It's a goal just to have a furnace array that works that I designed. And I'd made it with bamboo, instead of going over and making all the farms powered by separate mechanics, like having an observer in each one of these. Instead, why not go over and make redstone lines go all over your industrial area and have like an entire heart of this entire area that powers all of these farms. What do I mean? Well, for example, right through this floor, I have this. This is a humongous redstone clock. Which, yes, it's not a hopper clock. I know it's technically more expensive and less efficient than a hopper clock, but hey, we're mixing it up. Why not have this go all the way around and basically make this the way you power your entire industrial area with one clock? This right here is my egg farm. Yes, it is not the best egg farm in the world. How does it work? Well, basically, a chicken lays an egg somewhere in here. And whenever the game goes over and dispenses water and pushes the chicken to one side, its egg is going to land inside of this. Yes, it is horribly inefficient and it hasn't produced a single egg since I made it. But it was a nice thought. Where does it even collect eggs? Wait, huh? I'm confused. Oh no, it's just, wait, the eggs go here? Wait, what? I don't get it. Oh wait, there we go. Yeah, the eggs go over and land in these hoppers here. Yes, it's inefficient, by all means, but hey, it's a fun little place, okay? You got like a little dirt canopy here, and it pushes the chicken back and forth constantly here, and its eggs end up there. It's like a swimming pool for it. Other weird things you could do is like maybe build a transport system from your main place to the end. Yes, you're gonna be using elytra when you, you know, get to the end, but, you know, maybe you could make a transport system to the end anyway, even though it's literally going to become useless as soon as you find the end. Yeah, it's useless, I know, but it's fine. Or maybe you could challenge yourself to do something a little bit different. Instead of flying around with an elytra, why not walk around or ride horses instead? Because that is something people don't tend to normally do. Yes, I know horses are slower than elytra, but, you know, it mixes it up. Or maybe you could do something a little bit different, like maybe removing some of your end islands. I got inspired to do this by IBX Toycat. Please don't dump me into the void. Please don't dump me into the void. But yeah, basically, I don't know where my project is. It's been a long time. I have a project somewhere around here, right here, where I'm slowly removing this end island. Yes, it's not anywhere near done. It's not even really in progress right now. I built a beacon here. I spent probably a few hours mining this. Ooh. But it is still not done because the project is in the backseat. I haven't touched this project in over a year. And that doesn't mean you have to touch it. If you don't want to touch it, don't make that let you stop playing on your world. Unless you don't want to play on your world for some reason. No. Oh, there we go. And about that whole doing projects inside of different dimensions, why not do different projects in dimensions? Oh my. Yeah, this is also why I made a raid farm. About the raid farm, yeah, like about the projects, you don't have to follow tutorials. Like, I don't know how to make a raid farm, but I made one anyway. Yes, it's not the best raid farm in the world. Basically, the mobs spawn here and walk that way, and they end up falling down there, and I can be up there and be safe. It's a very simple farm. Yes, it's not the most efficient, probably, but hey, you know, it's my little design I made, and I'm happy with it. But on that note about projects in different dimensions, we also have projects in different dimensions like the Nether, because I just remembered I need to bring flint and steel with me to the Nether. I'm happy I did, because I keep getting stuck in the Nether. But yeah, like, there's plenty of things you can do in the Nether. Like, I tried to turn the end into the Nether, because why not? Yes, it is not anywhere near done, but it is a project that has been slowly going on for a long time, and I'm pretty happy with where it is right now, even if it is not near done, okay? Yes, we're still missing all of the new, like, 1.19 blocks in here as well. Wait, you're not gonna... There we go. We're good. But can I win this with flint and steel only? Yes, I can! Nice. Or maybe you could try out some new blocks that you haven't ever used, like the scaffolding blocks, because I haven't really used scaffolding at all until I started this project. And this was the first time I've ever used scaffolding, it seems. And yeah, even though I don't use the block that often, it is a quite handy block. And it makes go, how did you spawn in here? No. How did I not hit you either? No. 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 Yes. Other things I recommend you try is maybe try building in color theory or something. Or try doing stuff in color theory, because it might not seem like it would work good together. Why is... what? Let's ignore that. But color theory is also a very nice thing to try out. I didn't try color theory out until recently when it comes to building these houses here. And it actually does look quite nice. Color theory is basically you put opposite colors in the build and it's supposed to make it look quite nice. And yes, it's missing design and detail, but it does look quite nice, even though it's missing some detail. And if you want other ideas on what to do with your worlds, I recommend checking out other series on YouTube, like Etho. E-T-H-O is how you spell his name. Etho's Let's Play series. He has been on his world for many years, over a decade if I'm not mistaken. And I'm sure you can find many ideas and interesting things you might be able to do and put your own twist on it in your own world, for his world. And a bunch of other worlds on YouTube as well, like Looney, if I'm not mistaken, Wadsy, and series like that. But if you don't want to play vanilla Minecraft, maybe switch up your world to do some challenges, maybe go to a different world entirely, or try out not playing on your world for a while and try some different games, because it's always nice trying some different games, you know? Try out some completely different games to get a break from Minecraft, maybe. I do play more games than just Minecraft. I tend to play DMG Drive as well. It's far different from Minecraft, but it is something quite different and quite entertaining. Modded Minecraft is also a fun challenge as well. Like, currently I have a series on a mod pack called All of Fabric 5. Yes, it isn't the most intense mod pack ever to play, but it is a nice mod pack, and it mixes it up, because it adds a lot of new blocks to the game, which adds a lot of new decoration, and a bunch of stuff like that I could do. One other thing you could also try is try to play on some servers. When I say some servers, I mean like Hypixel. If you don't normally play on servers, it's interesting to try to hop on a server every once in a while, because, you know, it mixes it up a bit. Saying that, I actually do have an Anarchy Minecraft server I started recently. The IP and port are on screen. It's for Minecraft Bedrock only. There's no rules. It's on 24/7. If you'd like to join, feel free to. You're always welcome to join. Either way, thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. Hopefully I helped you out. Goodbye.